We like to believe that football is a game of pure merit. 11 against 11. The best team wins, the losers go home. And history records the truth. But that is an illusion. Because inside a stadium packed with 40,000 screaming souls, there's only one man who actually holds the power of life and death. One man who can turn a nation's lifelong dream into a psychological crime scene with a single exhale of his lungs. June 18, 2002. Daejeon, South Korea. A legendary Italian squad, perhaps the greatest ever assembled, walked onto the pitch expecting a battle against the World Cup co-hosts. They expected blood, sweat, and tears. What they didn't expect was a sporting execution, a match so fundamentally broken that it would spark a multinational investigation, lead to allegations of a multi-million-dollar FIFA conspiracy, and end years later in a dark corner of an American airport with a referee strapped in handcuffs. To comprehend the sheer scale of what happened that night, you have to remember who Italy was in 2002. This wasn't just a good team. This was a collection of football gods. Serie A was the undisputed center of the football universe, and this squad was its crown jewel. On the other side stood South Korea, co-host of the tournament, managed by the tactical mastermind Guz Hiddink. They were fit, they were fearless, and they were fueled by an entire nation. They had already shocked the world by topping their group, knocking out Poland and Portugal. It was the ultimate David versus Goliath, a historic powerhouse against a surging underdog. The world was strapped in for a classic, but behind the scenes, a dark cloud was already forming over the tournament. Rumors of political pressure, referee assignment anomalies, and FIFA's desperate need for the host nation to succeed were whispering through the corridors of football power. And to govern this highly volatile, high-stakes collision, FIFA didn't choose an elite, seasoned European or South American referee. They handed the whistle to a 32-year-old from Ecuador, a man named Byron Moreno, a man the world knew nothing about, but a man the world would never forget. From the very first minute, a strange, uncomfortable energy settled over the pitch. It didn't take long for the first crack in the matrix to appear. Just 4 minutes in, Moreno points to the spot, a phantom penalty for South Korea. The Italian players surround him, eyes wide with shock. Buffon makes a heroic, defying save to keep it 0-0, but the message had been sent. Italy was playing against 12. When Vieri powered home a header in the 18th minute to give Italy the lead, it felt like order had been restored. But instead of calming the match, the goal triggered something deeply sinister. The game descended into raw, unregulated violence, and Byron Moreno simply watched. Zambrata is sliced down in a tackle that should be an immediate red card. Moreno waves it away. Del Piero takes an elbow to the face inside the box. No penalty. Coco is left bleeding from the head, wrapped in bandages. No cards. It became glaringly obvious. One team was allowed to hunt. The other was forced to survive. South Korea equalizes late. The match goes to extra time. In 2002, the rule was brutal. Golden goal. The next team to score wins instantly. The Losers World Cup is dead. And it is here in the 103rd minute that Byron Moreno secures his place in football infamy. Francesco Totti drives into the box. He is clipped. He goes down. It is a textbook penalty. The Italian bench stands up, ready to celebrate. Moreno walks over to Totti. He reaches into his pocket. Not a penalty. A second yellow card for simulation. Francesco Totti is sent off. Italy is down to 10 men. Replays clearly show clear contact. It wasn't a dive, but Moreno didn't care about replays. Minutes later, 10-man Italy defies the odds. Damiano Tomasai breaks through and scores the golden goal. It's over. Italy wins, except the whistle blows. Offside. Replays flash across global television screens, showing Tomasai was easily, undeniably onside. The goal is wiped out. Italy is mentally broken. Moments later, An Jung-hwan scores for South Korea. The Giants are dead. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic. The Italian public didn't just complain about a bad referee. They alleged a multi-million-dollar conspiracy. The Italian state broadcaster RAI threatened to sue FIFA for billions in lost television revenue. Headlines across Europe screamed one word: fixed. Was Byron Moreno just incompetent? Was he overwhelmed by the loudest stadium in World Cup history? Or was he a small piece in a massive geopolitical puzzle designed to keep the tournament's host nation alive at all costs? FIFA launched a formal investigation. The verdict? Human error. Case closed. Moreno returned to Ecuador, a wealthy, untouchable celebrity. But code errors always reveal themselves eventually. Just 3 months after the World Cup, Moreno was refereeing a match between LDU Quito and Barcelona SC. Quito was losing 3-2. The fourth official signaled for 6 minutes of injury time. Moreno didn't play 6 minutes. He played 12 minutes. He kept the game running until Quito scored in the 99th and 101st minutes to win the game. Coincidentally, Moreno was running for election to the local council in Quito at the exact same time. The Ecuadorian Football Federation couldn't protect him anymore. He was slapped with a 20-match suspension. He returned for 1 game, rigged another match by issuing 3 highly controversial red cards, and was suspended again. Realizing the game was up, he retired at just 33 years old. For years, football fans wondered if the man who broke Italy's hearts was truly corrupt or just a terribly tragic official. The definitive answer wouldn't come from a football pitch. It would come from Homeland Security. September 2010, JFK Airport, New York. A nervous, sweating Byron Moreno steps off a commercial flight from Ecuador and walks toward the customs desk. A border agent notices his unnatural posture and pulls him into a private room for a routine pat-down. They strip away his shirt, taped tightly against his stomach, his back, and both of his legs were 11 heavy plastic bags. Inside those bags wasn't cash, and it wasn't a referee kit. It was over 6 kilograms, 13 pounds, of pure, high-grade heroin. The man who decided the fate of the world's biggest sporting event was nothing more than a smuggler. A man who could be bought, utilized, and traded. He was sentenced to 2.5 years in a United States federal prison. Did Byron Moreno single-handedly steal the 2002 World Cup from Italy? We may never have a paper trail of a bribe from that fateful night in Daejeon. But history has given us its verdict on the character of the man holding the whistle. Was 2002 the greatest sporting heist in history, or just a referee who lost control? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you want to dive deeper into the dark side of the beautiful game, hit that subscribe button. This is Pitch Black Football. See you in the shadows.